Hello guys, and welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. It's New Year's Eve, and since we haven't been on the Warhammer community page in a while, and there is some exciting news for some of you, I thought we'd dive in and we'd do a video on the subject to finish off 2018 by trolling GW. An article was put out on the 30th of December 2018, putting next week's pre-orders up, and they are the Gloomspite Gits. So we're going to take a look at it here. So, next weekend, the bad moon will rise over the mortal realms, heralding the first wave of Gloomspite Gits. A new army that combines the Moon Clan Grots, Spiderfang Grots, Troggoths, and even some Gargants into a single madcap faction. Because we love you guys, the nights are long and we want you to end the year with a bang, we thought we'd give you the lowdown on what to expect. So, firstly, it has some good things about it before we even look at any models or anything like that, and I give my opinions on them. This gives me hope because they've combined a lot of the goblin stuff together, as you can see there, or grots as they're now called. It does give me hope that they're going to do the same with the Skaven eventually. So this brings me joy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at some of the new models and things like that, and I'm going to give what I'm sure is a very, very unpopular opinion on a lot of it. And we'll have a look at what else is coming, and you know, what we might do is we might pop across to the Games Workshop website and see what prices they're up for and things like that. But let's have a look now. So, since the release of Age of Sigmar, battle tomes have gone from strength to strength, and Gloomspite Gits is no exception. This book is packed with sinister and often hilarious new lore, fantastic art, and a deep set of rules to transform the Grots and their monstrous allies into a single coherent and powerful army. So they're bringing all the Grots together, which is a good thing. I was never a big fan of everything being split up. I'm assuming you'll have different rules and stuff for your different clans, and maybe we'll get to that in a minute. So, we've been previewing how the new battle tome works. We'll be previewing how the new battle tome works in details in the next week. If you want to low down, keep an eye out for a series right here on the Warhammer community site. Well, I'm not going to do that. We only did that with the Orcs one because 40k Orcs are a big passion of mine. I don't particularly care for goblins outside my old Night Goblin army that I had for fantasy. And that's going back about 10 years. So as well as the battle tome, the Gloomspite Gits will be getting we'll be getting loads of new kits, upcoming classics, and offering brand new options. Take Fanatics, a notorious sneak attack unit, beloved by long-time Grot fans and feared by everyone else. So let's have a look at these. So these are the first set of models that they're showing on the site, and to be honest, I do like these. I like them a lot. They've got that same thing that we always talk about with the new Games Workshop sculpts, the stupidly balanced models that are clearly going to snap the first time you put them in their case. Like the old Fanatics, you know, they were really, really well sculpted. They fit on their base nicely. The chains and stuff were a bit of a pain, but not the end of the world. As I recall, as I said, it's been a long time since I had some. I like this sleeping guy here, though, as you can see where my cursor is. This one's not too bad. It seems to have a decent footing on the ground. The chain's sticking outwards. It's going to make it a bit top-heavy. It's going to probably make it a bit heavy. You're going to have to put something under the base, but we've all got pennies and 2p's for that, so not the end of the world. This one, again, not bad. It's got a decent base to hold it down. The chain's going outwards. These three are going to snap. They're either going to snap here on this one, or here. On this one, they're going to snap at the chain here, and this one, they're going to snap at the chain. I get it. You've got digital sculpts now, and you see it with a lot of other companies, where they can create more beautiful and more dynamic models than they've ever been able to before. But you need to think about the practicality of gaming. Most people don't have gaming in their property, so they have to go from point A to point B to game, which would be either your local gaming store, Games Workshop, Warhammer World, wherever that is, which means you need to transport these models. With the digital sculpts, you're getting really, really cool sculpts, but they're not practical on any level. That one might be okay because it's got the counterbalancing weight of the Grot leaning the other way, but this one's going to topple over, I would assume. That one looks like it's probably going to topple over unless this bit of plastic here is thick instead of hollow, he might be okay, and he's just going to snap. But anyway, we'll move on and we'll look at the next set of models. So it shows you this model in a bit more detail, and it is a nice model. The sculpt on it's really, really good. Like I said, it's just not practically posed for me. And gives you a little bit about them. Now the squig hoppers again are exactly the same. The squigs themselves look awesome. The goblins look okay, nothing special. I do like the little knight helmets and things like that, but they're all balanced so ridiculously. I mean, I know it's plastic now instead of like fine cast or metal, but still, once that breaks, that's never going to be the same. You might be able to fix it and plastic glue it together, but it's just going to get weaker and weaker each time. But again, the squigs themselves are really, really beautifully sculpted. I like the armour on the main squig. It's really, really cool. I like the little jousting lances. It gives them a nice little feel to them. Now, these are my favourites. For the most part, they've all got 2 feet on the ground or are balancing pretty low to the ground, so they've got a bit of strength to them. The goblin with the mask on is brilliant. It's got a very Harry Potter Death Eater vibe to it, which I like. I love the bagpipe guy. These for me are the best of these kits. They look similar enough to the old stuff, but at the same time they've got a new feel to them. As you guys know from previous Age of Sigmar videos, I'm not really liking the more cartoony design that they're going with these days, and you'll see it very specifically when we look at the trolls. But these are nice models. These, for me, they're really nice. Now, I really like this. He looks fantastic. He really does. I don't like the size of the squig, but I can get on board with it. He looks really cool. He's not as busy as you expect a lot of new Games Workshop models to be. He does have a lot going on, but they're very simplistic whilst still being busy. I think like this detail in here, the moon and stuff, that's all painted on. But yeah, so this says, if you're looking for a leader, you can't go wrong with Scragrot, the Loon King. I like that. Scragrot the Loon King, a self-proclaimed overlord of the Gloomspite Gits. He's a supremely cunning commander and powerful wizard, so that's really cool. It's not like Skarsnik and Gobbler with a really small gobbler. It's its own little character, and maybe there's some background and lore it's already covered. I don't know. As you know, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the Age of Sigmar lore, so I read a lot of the early stuff that came out, and I've read some of the bits of tomes I've bought, but I'm not that fussed on the lore of it, so I don't really follow it as much as maybe I should. Now, here's the terrain, because we always get bits of terrain now, and I absolutely adore this. It's got a lot going on, and it's probably going to be a pain in the ear to paint, but I really, really like it. I mean, these cages will be separate, and you'll probably not have to put them on if you don't want to, but all these mushrooms and things like that, it's very, very characterful, and it fits, and I like that. I like the new scenery that you get in all these new little bits of scenery that fit your specific army, and I'm assuming it's going to have some rules within the game. Let's have a quick check. So, meanwhile, the Bad Moon Loon Shrine is a must-have for anyone starting a Gloomspite Gits army. Available at no matched player points cost of your army. This icon available at no match point play. All right, I got you. Has a chance to return destroyed units of stabbers and shooters to the battlefield, representing the unending hordes. So yeah, it has rules within the game, but you can just use it as a piece of scenery if you want, and then you get the endless spells. And I'm a bit hit and miss on this. I really, really love this spider cauldron. I think it's fantastic. The moon I can take or leave. This looks pretty cool, like the mushroom cloud type of thing, and then the base of spiders is pretty meh. But it's okay, I mean, it fits in. The dice, I don't like them. I hate it when dice are like this, where they've got little bits and nubs and stuff coming out, because I think, for me anyway, it feels like it affects the way they roll. It probably doesn't, it's probably all psychosomatic, but I'm not a big fan of them. The dice, you know, they look cool, but I don't see them practically. It was very much like the... I want to say Nurgle? Yeah, the Nurgle dice for 40k. I just found them a pain in the bum, and when they rolled, I didn't think they rolled evenly. But again, it's a personal thing. So yeah, so it says... little bits here. I'm not going to go into them too much. We're mainly perving on the models today. And then you get these guys. And each of these looks fantastic. They really, really do. Down from this little guy here who's on his perch, to each of these, they've got an individuality about them and they still feel cohesive. I'm a really, really big fan of them. They've still got that cartoony style, which as I said, I'm not a massive fan of, but I think they're really, really nice models, or retrospective, go for them. I don't even know where to start with this one. Every time I look at it, I have a different opinion. Sometimes I look at it and I love it. Other times I look at it and I wish it would burn in a fiery, fiery pit of hell. I probably won't paint the mask yellow. I'll probably go with a more metal colour, maybe like a bronze or something like that to stand out from the silvers. But so that it feels kind of yellowy. I think that might make the model look a little better. And this is something we've touched on quite a few times before. It's conversations I've had when I've looked at other models. And also whilst talking with friends. I think a lot of these models would look a lot better with a less cartoony paint style, and that's just my personal opinion on it. I mean, I like a more gritty, realistic-y paint style anyway. I hate this cartoony super highlights and things like that, and Games Workshop have always gone super highlights, but I feel that the colour palette and things like that they use gives them a very cartoony look on what is already a cartoony sculpt. So now we're going to move on and have a look at these bad boys. So these are Sneaky Snufflers. So this 6 plastic Sneaky Snufflers is a shroom hunting maniac with a rack of ill-gotten fungi on his back and a squig snuffing strain. So is that? Oh no, it's these. Right, yeah. Senior citizen moment there, sorry guys. So here you have it, these guys, and here, more than ever, you can see that kind of cartooniness on the faces that I'm really not a big fan of. These are decent-ish sculpts, to be fair. And they have a very distinct look. It's just a distinct look that I'm not a huge fan of. But in terms of the sculpts, they're relatively nice. I don't know, as I said, with a lot of these, I flip back and forth, like that guy. Some days I love him, some days I don't. This I really, really like, and I know I shouldn't because it fits into everything I hate about these new style of models. It's got the cartoony look, it's got the balancing stupidly, so it's inevitably going to snap violently. Sorry about this, I've got a massive cold. I've had it now since about October and it won't go away. But anyway, by the by, I really love it, I really do. I don't know if this is new, because I haven't bought anything Goblin related, as I said, for about 10 years, or whether this is just a resculpt. No, have a check this little writing here. Yeah, so this glorious kit not only makes the infamous multi-grot squig rodeo insanity, that is the classic mangler squig. For those who are new to this lunacy, it's 2 massive squigs chained together and ridden. So I have seen a variation of this model if it's not this same model. Yeah. But yeah, I guess. And we'll have a look on the website in a second anyway. And here it is. Here are the trolls. And these make me so devastatingly sad. Look at them, each one with a more gomless face than the last. Like, oh. Like, it actually physically gives me a migraine to look at them. They're painted to look like troll bloods for war machines, but worse done because the Troll Bloods models have got a very specific, unique character to them, and I actually really, really love them. It fits with the aesthetic of War Machine and Hordes, but I just hate these with a passion. And like, I'm trying to think of something good about them, something that stands out as being, I mean, the bases look nice. I don't like these models, and again, that seems to be an unpopular opinion, but I'm not a big fan of them. And then again, here you've got this one along the same lines, and my phone is going crazy today, so if the camera picks that up, I do apologise. Games Workshop, there you go. Let's have a look at the pre-orders. So Age of Sigmar is under pre-orders. Will they be up yet? New releases? No. So it will be pre-order stuff, I guess. No, that's just the Empire thing. Oh, they go up for pre-order next week, don't they? Sorry, just ignore me. What we were going to look at, I remember now, is we were going to look at Destruction and Grots. And we want to look at what they've got so far. So you've got the Grot War Boss there. You've got the big gigantic spider. What were we looking for? Remind me. We were looking to see if that Mauler was the same one from before. And it was this, the Mangler Squig. So let's have a look if this is the same one. Or as best we can, they've stuck the big, this is going to sell out, or this has sold out, or is no longer available, blah 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 blah. So right, let's have a look. So, go away, stupid, hideous troll. So no, this does look like a whole new model, doesn't it? So this is a model that previously existed. And it's called Mangler Squigs. So let us use the old Google to have a look at the old Mangler Squigs. So that's really nice when you stick them on separate bases. So yeah, so this is a new sculpt of what is actually a much better. That is a much better sculpt. That looks so much better than this. But they're obviously going for a whole new look and a new aesthetic, and you know, the Games Workshop, they do what they want. We just have to accept it and roll over and then. But yeah, so in closing, because this has been a bit of a rant, these go up for pre-order next Saturday, meaning that they come out the Saturday after, which for those of you playing along at home means that on Saturday the 5th they come out for pre-order, and Saturday the 12th you can pick them up. So I can't give you the prices yet. I do apologise at the start of the video for saying that we could. I was being an idiot. As I said, it was probably a senior citizen moment. I am getting on a bit. It was my birthday in December. I'm now like 104 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so we get a load of new Goblin stuff come out, which is good in the sense that if you're a Goblin fan, you get new models and you get new rules and stuff. If you just like nice sculpted models, I think these are a bit hit and miss. The dice are horrible in my opinion. That's exactly what this is. It's my opinion. If you have a different one, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I know even amongst like the other guys on our channel, I know Vince and I aren't a big fan of them, and a lot of the other guys are, and that's cool. Opinions are exactly that. There are opinions. People have different ones, and that's fine. But yeah, in terms of it, these are coming out. Let us know what you think. I may pick some up to do an unboxing for 2019, though we are going to concentrate more heavily on games being played and less unboxings, other than the Warhammer Conquest stuff, because that's something I'm doing for my boys. We have got a building video coming up on that very shortly, though. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Give us a thumbs up. It obviously helps feed Alan's ego, which is the main thing. And of course, break the dice gods. Hope they smile upon you, and have a great 2019. Take care, guys. Bye.